Okay. This is our cozy morning meditation. Welcome. It's time to just kind of wiggle it out. Make sure you're cozy. I grabbed my blanket this morning because I didn't bring a cup of tea. So, as you guys know, this is our meditation without all the rules. So, you get to sit, you get to lay down, you have your eyes open, your eyes closed, you get to drink your coffee, you get to drink your tea, you get to walk the dog, you get to even have your journal out. Because the entire purpose is for us to wiggle into a nice, cozy, empowering energy to start the day, which will leak in and trickle through our entire week. So let's get started and make sure you're comfy. Do you need to wiggle? Do you need an extra pillow? Do you need an extra blanket? Do you need your tea? Did you forget it in the kitchen? Do you need to do some yoga while you're listening in? You really, it's a question I don't want you to take too lightly. What do I need? What do I need? And you know me, I don't like the word need, so I don't really love that word, but what would I like right now? What would be nice? I'm just going to kind of harp on this for a minute because this question could be so different than what you are living and what you are asking yourself, that you may hear the words that I'm saying, but not really take that to really, really asking yourself. What do I need this morning? What do I need to be a little cozier? What would be nice? And I'm talking about asking this question to get cozier, to settle into this meditation, but I also want this question to be something that you're asking yourself as much as you possibly can think of. What would be good for me? What do I want to do? Chances are you have been living, me too, a life where we are thinking about what we should be doing and what would be smart and what our responsibilities are, or what makes sense based off of whatever pickle we got ourselves into. And then we can end up going a very, very long time before coming back and asking yourself, what do I like to do? What is good for me? If I'm feeling a little low, what is something I can do? What do I enjoy doing? And so we don't need to ask the question and expect to get the answer right away. We don't need to feel badly if we don't know the answer. We don't need to be in utter disbelief that we don't even know what we like to do. But we can manifest the answer by posing the question in kind of a light energy and keeping our pen and paper nearby. So when you get some sort of inkling of an idea of something you might like to do, you can write it down. And then you can end up doing it. And either you can decide that I do like doing this or I don't like doing this. Because with law of attraction, the entire essence is to remember that our core being is good energy. Our core being wants to grow. And our core being is here to have fun and to have ease. And that when we are looking to develop this part of ourselves, or looking to brush off the leaves that have fallen over this person, that can be a process. That can be a process, and that's okay. So let's start this meditation by taking a couple deep breaths in. I like to kind of wiggle my shoulders on the exhale to kind of really just settle in. I invite you to smile a teeny tiny bit and say to yourself, good job. Good job this morning. You're here. We got a nice big group this morning. Smile and try to find the satisfaction of, I came, I'm doing this. I'm making decisions differently. It feels good. And I know it will yield a different life. So this feels good and I'm doing it. I am doing it. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. It's Monday morning. And how wonderful is it for me to check in and say, let me not just go with my default energy this morning. Let me take a moment to maybe beef up some good vibes, to increase my mood, even if just a couple percentage points. But I'm doing it. You can breathe deeply or you can breathe normally. But let's just kind of do a quick body scan. Body scans are nice because as we scan the body, our mind is focusing on scanning the body, which means that while we are doing that, we are not doing other things. We're not thinking about something that hurts. We're not thinking about a to-do list. We're not thinking about if we're comfy or not. So in this body scan, you can just follow along and pay attention to parts of your body. And you can also pay attention to how are my cells feeling? Do they feel rested? Does the energy of my body feel kind of all jumbled up? Does it feel fast-paced? Does it feel confused? Does it feel unsure? And as we do this, we will not be judging ourselves. We will just be noticing. Because if you remember the idea from last week, as we accept, we also release. So as we do this body scan and we accept ourselves in our current state, we also are creating the ground to release ourselves from that state. So to start, focus your attention on the top of your head, the crown of your head, where your hair is or where your hair was maybe. And scan down through your forehead, your eyebrows, your cheekbones, your nose, your lips, your ears, your neck, your shoulders, your chest, your upper back, your ribs, your belly, your lower back, your butt, your thighs, your knees, your calves, your feet, your toes, and try to exit your body. Try to have your eyeballs exit so you can look at yourself and see yourself sitting or laying. And as you're looking at yourself, say to yourself, you're doing a good job. You're doing a good job. Your inner being, which is this practically the same thing as just the universe as a whole, is always satisfied with you, is always thinking you're doing a good job. So look at yourself and say, you are on your path. You are doing a good job. You're on your path. You're doing a good job. You can smile a little while you're looking at yourself. You are doing a good job. Take 2 deep breaths in. And while we are kind of thinking about ourselves, looking at ourselves, telling us we're doing a good job, I want you to reach for the feeling of satisfaction. Let's say that our inner being is satisfied with us. Maybe we have different plans. Maybe we're being judgy. But the whole we or the I, the piece of us that thinks we need to do more of this, less of that, the piece of us that wants to judge ourselves, wants to judge other people, that is not us. That is not us at all. That is your brain, the neurotransmitters in your brain. It's thoughts that have just been building up. It's nothing but some activity. Just like as you breathe and your body moves, it's the result of activity of your lungs and your heart. So as your brain thinks about all sorts of things, it's not really us. It is just the result of our brain doing its job. And because of that, or not because of that, but who we really are is this observer. Those eyeballs that popped out of our bodies and that we use to look at ourselves. We are the observer. And as the observer, who is our inner being, we know in our heart that the message is, you're doing a good job. You're on your path. And that inner being is satisfied. That inner being is okay in this moment. That inner being is smiling. That inner being has patience. That inner being is kind of like an elderly grandparent who is just smiling because even though the grandchild is stressed out about some aspect of life, that elder is smiling, knowing everything is fine. Everything is more than fine. So I want you to imagine, what does satisfaction feel like? What does that feel like? It's okay if that's hard to imagine because maybe it's been a while and that's why we're doing this. What is our inner being feeling while sitting back there with a smile, looking at us feeling satisfied? Imagine satisfaction, meaning satisfied, okay in this moment, forgiving, knowing that all is well, knowing that we're perfectly here. So I want to take about a minute or two of silence to allow you some space to really try to flex the curiosity of what does it feel like to be satisfied? What does it feel like to be satisfied? You don't need words. You can definitely do this imagination just with feeling, whichever works for you. So let's take that time and really imagine. And as we imagine, we are flexing and pulsing the emotion of satisfaction. And the spoiler alert here on this one is, as we do this, what we're doing is we are practicing the emotion of satisfaction, which means that we are manifesting more satisfaction. Meaning, as we do this exercise, we're doing it because it feels good and it feels like permission to do something maybe we haven't done in a while. But as we do this, as we flex and rediscover this emotion of satisfaction within us, we are pulsing out to the universe, I like to feel satisfied. And then the universe says, oh, well, this will make you satisfied. Here's something else that will contribute to your satisfaction. Here's something else. So as we can settle down and imagine that we are this inner being, because we are, and imagining this inner being full of love and fully satisfied with where we are, as we imagine this and as we wiggle into this, we are pulsing and flexing this muscle, which is a skill to manifest more satisfaction. So as I promised, let's take a deep breath and give you that minute or two of silence to do this exercise in your mind. One more deep breath in. What a treat, what a treat. Can you feel how good your cells feel? Can you feel relief through your body? Can you wiggle around and notice, just move a little easier? Another deep breath. And I invite you to open your eyes as we kind of wiggle out of this meditation. Manifesting satisfaction is the same thing as manifesting anything else. We imagine what that would feel like, we identify the energy of it, and then we practice it. And to skip all the details of what we think we need to be satisfied, and we skip all those details and we just start practicing the end game result, the end feeling, the universe can then surprise us with treats beyond what we could imagine to make us satisfied. So thank you so much. And I hope you bring this into your entire day and week.